What am I gonna do? That is my biggest life hack. The movies that I've thrifted, bright and fun and colorful. Good morning, everyone. I don't know what happened to me, but I genuinely feel like somehow, some way, when I was sleeping in bed last night, a truck literally decided to run over my head. So I have the worst headache ever, and it's 9:30 right now, and I actually woke up, I think it was like 6:20. I woke up, I brushed my teeth. I was like, I'm just gonna try to function as best as I can. Took some medicine, drank some water, drank like half of a liquid IV as well. So I need to finish this because that actually does help me a lot when I have bad headaches. But then I just like fed the cats and immediately fell asleep on the couch for like 2 more hours. Anyways, with all that being said, I'm trying to get myself to rally. You know, I had so many things in my head today of what I wanted to do because it's Saturday. This is like my fun day, you know? Well, technically I feel like tomorrow's my fun day and today is like my productive day. We've switched days. Normally my productive day is Sunday, but this week I have book club tomorrow. I think I'm gonna see my mom tomorrow. I might make cookies tomorrow. I don't know. The world is our oyster. I love weekends for this because we can do what we want. Anyway, right now I'm actually debating if I want to go get Chick-fil-A, mostly because they have the little heart-shaped trays for Valentine's Day. This video is gonna be out after Valentine's Day, but I love when Chick-fil-A does that. I don't know why, it's just so fun and cute and special to me. So I was thinking about going and getting chicken minis so I can get the heart-shaped tray, but also because normally when I have a headache this bad, I will get fries and a Diet Coke, and that solves my headache every time. It's like literal magic, okay? But with it being 9:30 in the morning, there's nowhere I can get fries right now unless I make them myself, and my energy levels are like, you know, like I am not making myself anything right now unless I'm throwing it in the microwave or I'm throwing it in the toaster and then I can immediately eat it. So I think I'm gonna go do that because like I said, my head is just absolutely killing me and I feel like that will make me feel a little bit better. Plus I don't have plans today, so I feel like it'll be nice to get out of the apartment for a little bit, even though I straight up just woke up. I feel like you can probably tell. Anyways, I'm feeling a little silly goofy. Let's go to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A haul. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat here because look at this. Hello. Earlier I went to like wash my hands and go to the bathroom and I came out here and his whole head was in this bag. I was like, okay, yeah, eat my Chick-fil-A, that's fine. Anyways, I feel like you already know what I got, but I'll show you anyway. I got hash browns and this might sound crazy, but I'm gonna put salt on them, hoping that it will help my headache. Speaking of, I also got this giant Diet Coke, hoping it will help with my headache. Dewey. Yeah, he's already trying to get into it. This is not gonna work. Dewey. Anyway, here's the star of the show, my heart-shaped chicken minis. I'm definitely not gonna be able to eat all of these, but this is so cute and fun and exciting. Something about me is that I am going to cut the tube of whatever product I'm working through once I like can't get any out anymore. This is Bliss Rest Assured Complete Eye and Vitamin C. It says it's dark circles reducing and depuffing eye cream, which I do feel like it does help to like reduce and depuff. Well, I don't know if I would say reduce, but I definitely feel like it helps to repuff. I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase it or not. I remember thinking it was kind of expensive, but I do remember I got it from Ulta, and I feel like sometimes Ulta has some products a little bit more expensive than like if I went to, oh, hey, okay. Yeah, thanks. Then if I went somewhere else to get it. I don't know. I did already purchase a different eye cream that I'm gonna try, but I might go back to this one. We'll see, because I do like it. But also for me with an eye cream, like it's mostly just the feeling, and I do get puffy sometimes, so I do like that this kind of helps with that a little bit. Mostly if I just like eat something really salty right before bed, then I will be so puffy the next morning. But I'm gonna finish getting ready and I think I'm gonna do like a little quick 5-minute makeup as well. I do really need to get another sunscreen. This one I just like can't tell how much is left because you can't see through the bottle, which I don't know this brand at all, but I ran into it. I think this was at TJ Maxx. It's an antioxidants face shield mineral SPF 30, and I use SPF every single morning on my face, so I normally like to have a backup one just on hand because I'm just worried, you know? I'm a girl that likes to worry, so I don't want to not have sunscreen. And then I guess while we're here talking about skincare, right now I'm using this Haircomb MD Acne Relief Calming Treatment. This is step 2. I use their little 3-step acne treatment, which my skin at this point, I'm like, can I switch to something else that's not like acne relief? I don't know, because I love this acne relief line from them. It works for my skin so well. So I haven't really branched out to anything else because I know that this line works for me. So at night I use their step 2 night. This is like a retinol treatment. And then I also really like their little toner. Like I said, literally anything from their acne relief line I really like. I think there's literally only one product from their acne relief line that I have not tried, and it's the face mask, and I actually do really want to try it. I just haven't tried it. And honestly, normally I will just buy a bunch of like the acne relief stuff in, I was gonna say in bulk, but I don't feel like that really makes sense. I just buy a bunch of it all at once because I get worried that it'll run out and then I'm like, what am I gonna do for my skincare? Because as you can see, it's pretty much all from their acne relief line. But I'm gonna throw on a little bit of makeup, but that's literally all I do. Sometimes I will do their little spot treatment if I have a pimple. Right now I don't have a pimple. I have some like scarring, which is really annoying, but thankfully I don't have any active pimples right now, which is wild. Also, I forgot that I use this a lot at night, but just in the winter time because my skin gets so dry in the winter. So I use this at night as well as like my last step. And then I use this for my hands because my hands have been so dry this winter, like it's insane. And I really like that this is fragrance free. I've been trying to switch everything over to fragrance free, but it is so hard. Why is there fragrance in absolutely everything? It's driving me mad. But anyways, now I'm going to actually do some quick makeup. I'll probably just do like very easy, simple 5-minute makeup. I might not even throw on mascara today. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like you cannot tell at all from this video, but I actually hate spending money like so badly. And I go on a lot of walks, and so my running/walking shoes get worn out so fast. I never run. I don't know why I just call them running/walking shoes. They're just my walking shoes. Anyways, they get worn out very fast. Like I need to switch them probably less than a year. I don't know how many miles you're supposed to put on walking shoes. I should probably actually look into that. But my last pair, they were from Adidas. I don't remember the exact kind they were. They were so old that they were quite literally falling apart on the sides. And like I said, I think I was just walking in them for maybe a little bit over a year in that pair, simply because I was putting off buying a new pair because walking shoes are so expensive. Honestly, just shoes in general. But I was putting it off for so long to the point where my calves had started hurting and then my feet had started hurting because I do like to walk a lot and sometimes I go on really long walks. And the other day I went on a walk that was like 45 minutes long and it was like, I don't know, maybe 2 miles. I can't remember. The specifics do not matter, but my feet and calves were hurting so bad for 2 or 3 days after. And that's when I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this. I need to get shoes. Like I'm hurting my body in the long run. I need to just bite the bullet and buy shoes. So I looked into it and I found these Brooks Ghost. These are the Ghost 17. And I actually, fun fact, I ran cross country in high school and I pretty much only ran in Brooks. So I already knew my size and everything. Like my feet have not changed since high school. And so I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna get a size 9. And so once I found the exact ones I wanted, I actually looked on Poshmark first to see if anyone was selling brand new versions of these shoes. And there were actually so many people selling them. I think somehow people get their hands on like wholesale shoes and they put them on Poshmark for a lot less than what they sell like on the website. But I think part of that is also because you have to know your size if you're buying it from Poshmark because you can't return things on Poshmark, which if you don't know what Poshmark is, it's like a thrifting app, but people will post things like brand new on there. So anyways, I wanted to show you the shoes I got because I'm actually obsessed with them. Like I said, they're the Brooks Ghost 17 and I've never had Ghost shoes, but apparently they are very popular. I don't know the exact name of the color I got, but this is what they look like. I'm actually obsessed with them. These are so much cuter than my bright green walking shoes I had before these. I'm actually obsessed. And now that my head is feeling a little bit better, I'm like, maybe later in the day I can go on a walk. I don't think it'll be nice enough outside to go on a walk, but I can go on the treadmill, which I've actually been really liking going on the treadmill, walking and reading. That's been like my favorite thing to do, especially now that I have a Kindle, because I can just like prop the Kindle up on the screen part of the treadmill. Before I would try to either use my phone and read on my phone, but obviously like my phone screen is smaller than my Kindle screen. Or I used to bring like the physical book a lot with me, but it's a lot harder to physically like read a book versus on the Kindle on the treadmill. Anyways, I am so excited about these shoes. I wanted to show you them. I'm just obsessed. And also I feel like that is my biggest life hack. Whenever I am buying something new, particularly if I'm going to buy something online and I already know what size I'm going to be, like in these shoes, because I've worn Brooks shoes before, I will literally look up exactly what I'm looking for on Poshmark Poshmark. And I mean, depending on what it is, I don't always look for like the new with tags, but these I wanted them brand new because I'm gonna wear the crap out of them because like I said, I go on a lot of walks. But that is my biggest life hack. It'll save you so much money in the long run, especially if you're someone like me and you just feel bad buying things brand new, but you're looking for something very specific. Poshmark will be your bestie, I promise you. I ended up saving $50 on these shoes. That's actually crazy to me. Anyways, one other thing that I wanted to show you is that I went to a book signing yesterday and I'm so excited because I'm familiar with this author's work before. She wrote Unravel Me, which I read actually in my last reading vlog, and I loved it. It was a 5-star read for me. So this is actually book 2 in the series. This is Lucky Penny and I am so excited. She signed it and everything. And then she also had like these little fun goodies, which are so cute and they're like themed for the book. So I got this little sticker that says, "Don't call me princess." How cute. And then this little bookmark. I'm actually obsessed with this. Look how cute this is. And then it has 2 sides. I don't know what this QR code is actually. I should scan it and see what that is. And then she also had this little graphic thing. I guess this is technically supposed to be like a postcard, maybe? I don't know. But I thought it was cute. And I am so excited because like I said, I loved the first book in the series, so hopefully I will love this one too. And the whole thing yesterday with the book signing was a little Valentine's event, so it was so cute. They had like champagne and they had little chocolates and I went with one of my friends and it was just so much fun. I loved doing that. And I need to try to stay on the radar more with all my local bookstores because this one I just kind of perchance saw on Instagram. Like I'm not following the local bookstore, but I've been to this bookstore multiple times and I just kind of like saw that they were doing this event and I was like, oh, I'm so glad that I just randomly saw this on Instagram, and then obviously I went and it was so much fun. Anyways, I'm talked out. I just talked for so long. I don't know what it is. I'm so chatty today, but I am also filming another video at the same time, so I think I'm gonna go sit down and read for a little bit and then we'll see where the rest of the day takes us. But I'm in the middle of reading the Shatter Me series right now, so little spoiler for my next video. Those books are going to be in my next video and I am so excited for that video. I love just sitting and binging an entire series and vlogging it. It's so much fun to me. But anyways, I'm gonna go sit and read for a little bit, especially now that my head is feeling better. I'm like, oh, I can move, I can breathe, I can relax without feeling like I'm in so much pain. So I'm gonna go do that. Oh, I wish it was nice outside. I want to like sit outside and read. We're so close, guys. We're so close to it being spring and we can sit outside soon. It'll be nice. I've been working on my reading vlog for a while, but I think I'm actually going to take a break and go through some of the movies that I've thrifted because I want to start taking them out of their cases and putting them inside of my little DVD holder. I actually have 2 of these. I have one that is very full and it's mostly kids movies, and then this one is pretty empty and I think it's going to be the rest of my movies. I might eventually have to move some of like my kid movies from this one to this one because I want them kind of organized, but obviously I can fit so many more movies in here than I can having them all in these boxes, which I do like these little like containers that they come in. I just don't feel like it's very practical, especially because I live in an apartment, so I don't have a ton of storage. Plus, like, I don't plan to live here forever, you know, so I want to be able to move these with me easily. So I don't think I'm going to get rid of all of these DVD cases as of right now. I just think I want to get rid of the ones that I know for sure that I like, because obviously I don't want to keep movies that I don't know for sure that I like. Like this one's a good example. I don't even remember this Batman movie. I know I've seen all the Batman movies, but I don't remember if I like this one. I don't know. I'm sure I like it, but I want to rewatch it before I put it into one of these cases and like get rid of the case, because with it being in this case, I can easily just like donate it back to the thrift store. So I'm gonna do that right now. And this drawer is actually pretty organized right now. This is in our TV stand. I just want to get rid of some of these little DVD holders because I know when I go thrifting next, I'm gonna get even more DVDs because I always look at their DVD section. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Probably will only take me like 1 or 2 minutes. I've also had Pretty Little Liars on the TV pretty much all day so far. I just like to have background noise when no one else is here, because I'm the type of person where if I hear even like the tiniest thing, I'm like, okay, someone's breaking into my apartment. So anyways, I've had that on all day, but maybe I'll throw in one of my movies. I don't know. I only ended up moving 5 of my movies over to the case, but I just learned that you can't recycle these. So I'm kind of like, well, now what do I do with them? Maybe I will see if I have any movies I can donate. I don't know. I might do a quick Google search and see what I can do with all of these cases, because I hate to throw away anything plastic. It actually hurts my soul. Also, I took out all the little title slips that were in the cases, and I will probably use those in the junk journal. But something that was so cool that was in the little 27 dresses case is this monthly calendar. This is so cool. It's from 2008, and it's literally like a little monthly planner, which if you've seen this movie, it fits the movie perfectly. I don't know what to do with this, but I cannot get rid of it. It is too perfect. It even has like these little note pages with the outline of her on it. Like, this is perfect. Also, this is one of my all-time favorite movies, so I am of course holding on to this. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I thought we could work on my junk journal a little bit together because I talked about it in my last vlog, and now at this point I feel like I'm a little bit behind, but not like super behind because it's February and I'm still working on my January spreads. But let me show you what I have because I am so excited about my January spread. I just finished this like a week ago, so I'm very excited about it still. But this is what it looks like. I have the little January calendar to the side here, and then some of my goals, and then this little January page with the disco balls. I thought was so cute, and that is quite literally the only thing I've done in my journal other than all of my yearly spreads. I've been updating those as I go, and if you haven't seen that video, I just mean like my best and worst book, my Kindle reads, my library reads, like all of these things I have been updating as the months go on. But I just really haven't gone to my journal and sat down to create like my new spreads other than the January spread, which I just finished. And so in the next 2 pages, I want to do kind of like a junk journal meets scrapbooking, in the sense that like I've been holding on to a bunch of like junk to the side here, and I've just been holding on to literally like anything that I feel like I can put into my junk journal. It's like mostly receipts and just like random little bits of paper and things like that, and I put them to the side for January. So I'm gonna prioritize using the January ones specifically first, and then if I have extra room, I have an entire drawer of like things that I just hold on to for my junk journal. And I also really want to print out pictures, but I don't have like a printer, so I have to set an order for Walgreens. So I might also do that later because I've realized if you do like a 4x6, I can kind of go on Canva and do 2 different pictures on a 4x6 so that they're smaller and I don't have to print like big picture sizes, and I can print multiple of them. I think I realized that because Walgreens doesn't do smaller pictures. I'm not entirely sure what made me kind of go down that rabbit hole because that was a while ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and just glue down all of my little junky type of pieces, and then I might go on Canva and see what I can do there as well. We'll see where this takes me. I realized I can't show you my junk journal spread that I did in my journal because there's some confidential information on there, but I thought I could show you what I created on Canva that I'm going to then print at Walgreens. I don't know if I'm gonna do it maybe tomorrow, maybe on Monday after work. I'm not entirely sure, but let me show you. This is all book themed because I want to kind of like create one of the spreads I saw on Pinterest with all of my favorite books, a couple of favorite books of just like all time, and then a couple of favorite books from January. So I have a couple like bookish things that I just like. Matilda was my favorite movie as a kid, and I love this one line that says, "The books gave Matilda a comforting message. You are not alone." That is so cute to me. And then I have a couple pictures of just like my favorite actresses reading, and then just some cute little book pictures that I found on Pinterest, and then some of my favorite books that I want to put on this spread, and then again favorite book, but then just some random little bookish things that I thought would be fun to print so that I could kind of put it throughout the spread. And I will show you guys what that ends up looking like once I'm done. I don't know, but I have been doing this for way too long. I need to do some other things. I need to keep reading for my reading log, and I also need to make dinner. I haven't eaten since lunch, which is not normal for me. I normally have a little snack after lunch, so that's weird for me. I have been reading for a while, and I just now remembered to place my Walgreens order for the pictures for my junk journal, so I won't be able to pick those up until tomorrow because it's quite literally already 9 p.m. Yeah, it's 8:53. So hopefully we can do that spread tomorrow together, but I have a little bit of a busier day tomorrow, so fingers crossed we can do that. But for now, I thought it would be fun to do a little face mask because I feel like I have a good amount of face masks because I love face masks. So I always end up either just buying face masks for myself or get them for gifts or things like that. And I need to be better about like actually using them because they're so fun to me, and then I just never actually do them. But I do think some masks are like easier than than others. Like the one I'm about to do is easy to take off, so I enjoy it a little bit more. And then sheet masks I also really like because obviously those are super easy to take off, but like the mud masks that are super hard to get off, I am not a big fan of those. But normally I'll just do those right before I shower because then I can take them off in the shower and it's so much easier. But right now I'm using this little micellar cleansing water to take my makeup off. And then I think that this is a magic eraser, magic eraser. Is that what they're called? I don't feel like that's right because when I say that, that makes me think of like the magic eraser for the walls. Oh, it's makeup eraser. It's not magic. There's nothing magic about it. Anyways, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this micellar water. I just worry that it doesn't get everything off, but normally it's not a big deal to me because I will just do the micellar water and then I will wash my face after. And then I'm actually going to use this gentle exfoliating toner again from the Acne Relief line. I love this line. Okay, we already talked about it earlier, so I'm not gonna keep going about it. I use this after I take my makeup off to almost do like a double cleanse, but like not really. And then the mask I'm using is from Peter Thomas Roth. I got this a while ago, so I don't even know if they still sell it anymore, but it is their pumpkin enzyme mask. It says 3-in-1 intensive skin refresher mask. I got this a while ago in a set for Christmas. It was like multiple different masks together in one set, all from Peter Thomas Roth. I don't know if they still make these sets. They used to have them. And I think that they weren't just like at Christmas time. I think they had them all the time. And I used to love them so much. Oh, I should have taken my sweatshirt off before I did this. Too late now. Basically just like exfoliating it into my skin. I love how this stuff smells because it just straight smells like pumpkin and I love the smell of pumpkin. So if you don't like pumpkin, you probably won't be down for this, but I love it, so I'm down for it. I also never exfoliate my skin. I'm bad at remembering to do that, so this is the perfect mask for me. Now that I don't have my glasses on, I cannot tell if you can tell that I even have a face mask on, but I do, trust me. I'm gonna wash my hands and let this sit. I think it sits for like 10 minutes on my skin, something like that. I'm gonna let it sit, shower, and then I will probably just hang out and read for the rest of the night. Maybe watch Pretty Little Liars. I'll probably read though. I'm doing my favorite Sunday morning little routine, which is just putting on my under eye patches. I love under eye patches, mostly just because I put them in the fridge and then they feel really nice underneath the eyes, like right when I wake up in the morning. These ones are the Grace and Stella illuminating eye masks. I got them in my stocking for Christmas. Woo! Spilled them on the floor. They don't like to easily come out of the package, which is super annoying, but anyways, I'm going to put these on and then I really need to text my mom and see what our plan is for this morning because we just have not talked and I don't know if we're both assuming that we're gonna see each other this morning. So I need to text her and see. And then I think I'm gonna make a pot of coffee and sit down and edit. Probably actually just sit down and read because I forgot I can't put my glasses on with these. I mean, I think I can actually. I feel like I look a little crazy. Like I said, I'm reading the Shatter Me series. Right now I'm reading Restore Me, which I think is book number 4. So I think I'm like halfway through the series right now. I'm not entirely sure. I wanted to finish this book yesterday actually, but I don't know what was making me think that I could finish it because I don't normally just sit and finish a book in one day. Unless it's like a really short book, then I will. But I've got so many things I want to do this morning that I feel like my brain is running a million miles a minute. So it'll be nice to kind of force myself to sit down and take a little breather. I do definitely want to drink some coffee this morning. I am so tired. I'm tired every morning, which is part of why I want to get an Oura ring so badly because I feel like there's got to be something going on with my sleep for me to be this tired every morning, unless it's just because I've gotten so used to drinking coffee every morning. Definitely could be that. Definitely could be the caffeine addiction. I don't know. My plan for an Oura ring is I'm gonna get one when my watch dies. I just don't feel like it's necessary to have an Apple Watch and an Oura ring, at least for me. I don't want both. I just want one or the other. And I do like my Apple Watch. I just don't love how it looks. Like I like a cute little dainty watch, and I have a couple cute dainty like vintage watches that I've been wanting to wear, but then at the same time I'm obsessed with like fitness and tracking things. And not that the Oura ring is super cute, but you win some, you lose some, you know? Just got back from having breakfast with my mom. We tried this new place and it was absolutely delicious. I'm like, I need to go with Jack so he can try it. It was so good. I got a breakfast burrito. And I think the burrito was just egg, cheese, chorizo, I think. And then they gave me like salsa with it. It was so good. But then we also went to Harris Teeter. I didn't get a ton, but I'll show you what I got because I'm about to make a little snack for book club. And normally I do sweets, but today they're coming over at 3. I think normally we do like 4 or 5. So we would normally have like a sweet. And I don't know, I was just like not feeling having a sweet today. I was just like, for some weird reason, am not craving something sweet. Like normally we'll do like cookies or something. And also I was like, I don't really feel like baking cookies, which normally I don't bake them, okay? Let me be honest here. Normally I go to like Wegmans or Harris Teeter, just anywhere with a bakery that I know I like their like cookies. Wegmans has the best chocolate chip cookies, by the way, if you have a Wegmans near you. So good. Anyways, so before my mom came over, I was scrolling Pinterest trying to decide what I wanted to do, and I saw these salami Borzen roll-up things that we're gonna make together. And of course I had none of the ingredients except for crackers, so I got salami. This is just hard salami, and then the Borzen was 2 for 1, and I was like, that's perfect in case anyone doesn't eat meat. I don't know if anyone doesn't eat meat, but if they don't, I'll have Borzen and crackers for them. And then I didn't have parchment paper, and that's what I'm using to like roll it up. We'll do it together because I feel like that'll be fun. Oh my gosh, I meant to go to Walgreens. I just remembered that, but I don't feel like going. But I wanted to do that spread together. We'll have to see what time it is after I do all this. Anyways, it also has tomatoes in it, so I got that. And I got those because I feel like they are just like easier to chop into little bits and you still have like a lot of the tomato flavor. And then I also got this, I think it's an heirloom tomato. When I saw it, I was like, that just sounds like it would be delicious because I have some Joseph's flatbread. So I thought I could make some basil, which also we have fresh basil over there, which is so slay. I thought I could do like a basil balsamic mozzarella flatbread because all of those flavors are delicious to me. Normally that's something that I'll eat a lot in the summer, but since we have fresh basil inside now, I was like, that would be delicious. Oh, and look how cute this is. My mom gave me a little like Valentine's Day gift. Adorable. Gave me these little dove hearts, which I might put some of these out actually in a little bowl for book club in case someone wants something sweet. And then she also got me this candle, which smells amazing. It's a black cherry Merlot. Brand is White Barn. I don't know where this came from. And then she also got me this cute little mug, which makes me want to make a cup of tea right now, even though I already had my coffee. But look at this. This came from Target. It's got like this little, I feel like you can barely see, but it's like this little indent of a heart in it. Adorable. That's so cute. So that's my haul. Let's make my little Borzen salami roll-up situation because it has to be in the fridge for 2 hours. And then maybe we'll go to Walgreens. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that I wanted to go today. It is super dark and rainy outside right now, so I feel like the lighting is kind of weird, but I just got back from Walgreens. I made myself a little cup of coffee. It's actually really good. I normally don't have 2 cups of coffee in a day. I normally just stick to 1, but I had like the perfect amount of milk left for 1 latte and it expires today. And for me, milk was one of those things that I am not going to push it past the expiration date, so I was like, I don't want to throw this milk away, so I just made a latte with it and it's actually really good. I made a cookie butter latte with this little instant espresso powder I have, which I do like the espresso powder, but it's not like amazing. It's not like a cafe quality or like an espresso machine quality coffee, but it's still so good. But I went to Walgreens and I picked up my pictures and I'm actually watching a summary right now of the book club book because we have book club today. I think I said that yesterday and I am hosting it. Wait, I literally said that earlier, probably like 2 seconds ago for you. But anyways, before I get our apartment in top, what am I trying to say? Top ship shape? I don't know what I'm trying to say. You guys probably know what I'm trying to say. Before I clean, but before I do all of that, I really want to make this spread because I am so excited for all of these pictures that I printed out. So step 1 is I need to cut all of these out. So let's do this little junk journal spread together. I am so excited. I'm actually obsessed with my journal this year and I just hope that I end up liking all of the spreads because so far I really like all of them. And that was not the case at all with my last journal. I just finished my spread. I actually really like it. It is so bright and fun and colorful. I actually fully forgot until I was looking at it just now that I meant to take like pieces of magazine. Like I have like the articles, so like words, and kind of use it as the background, but I forgot for some reason. And I still think it's super cute. And I actually ended up having extra pictures. I didn't end up using them all, but I have some of my favorite books from last year and then from January. So these two are just like the 2 5-stars I had in January. And then these are two of my favorite books from last year. And then some things I found on Pinterest. And this is actually from Canva, this little cat with the books. And then Hermione reading her book. And then I also have just 2 scenes from, one is Gilmore Girls and then one is Matilda. And they're both a little bookish. And then this picture came from Pinterest. And eventually I want to get one of those like sticker books that has like these magazine words, but I printed these off and I just got them from Canva. But eventually, hopefully I'll end up getting sticker books, but this worked perfectly actually. I really like how vibrant and fun that is. Again, this is also just a little sticker thing from Canva, but it looks like it's like washi tape, but it's not. So I'm very happy with how this spread turned out. I just love how fun and colorful it is. I feel like this just has like a bunch of different things that I love on it. I feel like it's very me. I did also print this, which I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to use it because I love Friends. This is Rachel reading The Shining, which is so funny, but I need to go clean. I probably will not vlog that because I feel like that's boring and I feel like I have enough montages to edit. I don't want you guys to just like sit through a bunch of montages. I don't want that to be boring. Also, because I just had my coffee, I am like, you know, and I need to have lunch probably before people come over because I got the shakes. Like I'm shaking over here. I need to eat something. Also, I might end up cutting this down. I do like how it like goes on to this other page here, but when I fold it, it like comes back up. So I either need to like get some super glue to glue that down or I need to just get rid of it. But that's enough talking. Let me go pick up, prep for book club, and make sure everything looks all nice and neat. I just realized I did not finish this vlog yesterday, so I'm actually going to end the video here. Thank you all so much for spending the weekend with me. Maybe next time we can do a full week in my life, like Monday through Friday. I just get worried because I just go to work during the week, you know? But thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!